Happy Thursday, guys. Welcome back to another Cuppa and Card class. My name's Chloe Evans. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in New South Wales on the mid-north coast of Australia. And I've got yet another card to share today. So all of this month, my Cuppa and Card online classes have been using the Under My Umbrella stamp set and coordinating punch. And today's card, we are using some DSP. Now, you guys will be using your Brights stack. So I want you to go out and choose a couple of different colors, a couple of different patterns that coordinate with each other. Because I am still waiting on my order from the annual catalogue, I have used some retired DSP. This was called the Parisian Blossoms DSP, that was in the mini catalogue that just retired last month. So I will be using that for my display, but you guys can use your Brights DSP that you will have in your stock. So in your kit, you should have everything that you need. The only thing missing will be your patterned paper. Mine is obviously in my kit because I pre-cut it, but you guys are going to need to cut a piece up for yourself. So let's get started. So the idea of all these cards is that they should be, fast, simple, quick and easy. So that's the idea behind the Card and Cuppa range. You guys buy the stamp sets and coordinating product that's needed for the cards. And then I send out a kit for 5 cards, 5 different cards that we create. And each kit, you will have everything you need to put your cards together. So if you get your kit out today, you should have a Whisper White thick card base already scored and folded, a piece of embossed cardstock. The embossing on this, I'm not sure if you can see because my room is so light, but I can't even zoom in, it won't let me. Okay, there you go, it's got it. This is actually the So Scripty embossing folder, and this is one that I use a lot. If you follow me on my blog at Chloe's Craft Closet, you will see that a lot of my cards use that folder. I love it. So that's already embossed for you. You should have a strip of black I keep saying DSP today, cardstock. You should also have a stitched rectangle, that's for your sentiment. You should have a piece of twine, a long piece of twine, and then you will need to cut up some DSP. This is DSP this time. You need to cut up some DSP. I've got 5 different patterns here, and the good thing about the Brights is that you can just pick out 2 colors and then you have 4 different patterns for each one, so you can sort of mix and match to get what you want. But like I said, I'm just using my retired paper at the moment. Okay, let's get started. So we'll put all these other bits to one side. We don't need those at the moment. We need our squares of DSP, and we're using the umbrella, the closed umbrella top today. So I will get him out as well. So we want one of those. And today's sentiment is one of my favourites. It says, no matter the weather, we're friends forever. So I will get that one out too. And that's all we need from our stamp set today. So again, another nice, quick, easy card. So when you are cutting your scraps for your DSP, it just needs to be the size of your umbrella. So it doesn't have to be very big. I have a feeling, if I had my ruler handy, oh, here it is. I'll give you the measurements for it, but it is about, I think 1 3/4 from memory. Okay, so 2 by 2, so 2-inch square that piece is, that's big enough. For those who want to cut in centimetres, it's 5 centimetres by 5 centimetres. Okay, so 5 centimetres squared or 2 inches square, and that's all you need. So scraps and offcuts are great for this card. And all we're going to do is get some black ink, and because we aren't colouring, it doesn't matter what black ink you use today. I always reach for my Memento because I like how nice and crisp that is. And we're just going to mount up our umbrella, and we are going to ink him up. And again, for those who haven't watched the last few cards this week or are new to this series of Cuppa and Cards, I'm going to share with you a little top tip, not a top tick. When I am using a stamp set that coordinates with a punch, I always like to see where the punch is, where the cutting's actually going to be. And then that gives me an idea of where I'm going to stamp. So my umbrella is this one here. So it's facing that way. So that's the way I'm going to stamp. And he's also at the bottom. So I'm going to stamp at the bottom of my paper as well. And so that should make it easier for later on when we come to punch him out. So he's facing that way. and he's at the bottom. So that is where I'm going to stamp my piece of paper. So 1, 2, 3, 4, one more for luck. Okay, and that's all we need to do with him. So we'll put the lid on for the time being so we don't get ink everywhere. And I might just move him to the lid. And so we're going to bring our punch in. And all we're going to do is just line them up. Okay, so my piece of paper is too skinny. I see how I can't get my fingers in there. So this is one of my little tricks. We're going to get some Post-it note or sticky tape or washi tape, and I'm just going to poke him on the top there, and now I've got a handle. So I'm going to put him back through, and I can use this sticky Post-it note, and I'm going to line him up and punch. Okay, so that's the bit that we want. Oh, that bit there. And so I can then reuse that bit of Post-it note. So I'm going to do the same again here. I'm going to put him on the top. Oh, let's empty the punch out. It's still got a bit in there. And I'm going to run him down there again, holding my Post-it note. And I'm going to punch him out. All right. Oh, I'll get all of that out of there as well. That's it. Out you go. Now, I wonder if I need it or if I can hold. I'll see this one I can hold here. So I don't need my little Post-it note this time. All right, we'll punch him out. I'll get rid of the scraps. Pretty sure I'm going to need my Post-it note for this one. So poke him in there. Slide him down. Oh, actually, he might have to go this corner. Let's put him in there. See if that works better. There we go. All right, so if you just pinch the punch a little bit, just squeeze it a little bit, it sort of holds it in place, and so then it gives you that room to move without cutting into it. And we'll just do this last one here. Use my little sticky Post-it holder, a little handle again, and we're going to line him up like so. Oh, pinch him a little bit so we can just give him a bit of a wiggle. Okay, and there we go. And so that's going to go back on my little shelf where he stays. So he's always handy. And there are my 5 umbrella tops. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, so now we want to obviously do our handles, which is where your black piece of cardstock comes in. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide down here. I'm just going to punch out. Oh, emptied out. I'm just going to punch in a line 5 handles. So what have we got? 1, 2, 3. Let's get rid of all these bits. Need those. 1, 2, 3, and I'll turn him around and we'll do 4 and then 5 there. All right, so that is pretty much most of our card done. Wasn't that quick? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to bring our embossed piece back, our card front back. And we're going to bring our linen thread, and I'm going to secure this around the cards. We're going to tie this in a bow. So what I'm going to do is my bow is going to be up this corner here, up this side. So I'm going to leave that as a tail, and I'm going to just wrap it round. I think just 2 times should do it. That's it. And so you have either end, and we're just going to tie a bow here at the end. Now, if you tie a bow and it's not very tight, don't worry about it, because we will just put a bow in later for that, and we can just put a bit of tape on the back of it, and then nobody will be any the wiser. So what I mean is we'll tie our bow, and here we go, round there, like so. And mine's pretty tight, but if it was too loose, we would just pull this tight and put a bit of tape on there, and then pull that side tight, put a bit of tape on there, and that just takes that extra bit out. So we can always do that if we really need to. And we're just going to tidy up our ears and tail. That's what I always think they look like that. And we can trim those off if you want to. Okay. And if you don't like the way your bow's sitting, you can always add a little glue dot to the back of him and hold him in place if you'd like. Okay, so now that we've got our thread on, we're now going to pop our beautiful umbrellas. So we're going to use our foam mount again, our Stampin' Dimensionals. And we're just going to put a piece on there. And we're just going to sort of layer them so their tips are just protruding over the ribbon. And we're just going to sort of have them going different ways. So, hang on, I want an orange one in there, don't I? Hold on. I don't want two blues together. Oh, it's still on there. Okay. Let's do that one there. And then we'll do that one up here. Like so. And we'll do another one on this one. We might have him going that way, I think. Okay, and then our last one. Ta-da! I'm going to have him going over there. Like that. Okay, so that's our little umbrellas. And so now we just need to add our handles. So I'm going to use some glue dots. These are left over from kits, and they're great to use for cards like this. And all we're going to do is we're just going to put those handles in all over the place, left, right, up, down, at an angle, wherever they end up being. Whatever. And like I said, I like to roll up these glue dots so that they go there, so that you don't see them poking out the sides. Alright, so I've taken the top off, rolled it over, and then we'll add it to there. That one's there. Two more. Oh no. Okay, I lost it. Man down. He's gone. He got too chewed up. I think I want this one going this way. Like that. And I think the last one, we might get him to go. Oh, I've lost another one. I keep balling them up too much. I only want to fold them over. It's quite warm in here today, so they're getting stuck to my finger. Okay, there we go. We'll stick. Now he's a bit long, isn't he? He's poking out bits. So let's trim a bit of his bottom off. Like that. And then that way he's not as long. There we go. Fantastic. So now we need to stamp our sentiment. So ink pad, and I obviously left the sentiment on the top there. I'm just going to get my block and a scrap piece of paper. It's the same scrap I've used all month, actually. That's a good way of doing it, isn't it? Making sure you get the most use out of it. I might turn him around up this way. So you girls and boys would have seen me do this before. I like to put my block on my grid paper. I square up my block like so, and then I add my sentiment and I peep through the block. I have to stand up for this, I think, because that doesn't look very straight. No, peek through the block and straighten up my sentiment. And then we have a few little practices of stamping to make sure he looks straight. Now, you see how my... Oh no, it must have just been the way I did it. It's not. I thought my weather was a bit wonky. So we're going to bring our sentiment back in. Ink, 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 ink. And then we're just going to stamp our greeting. Like so. Beautiful. Lid back on. And then we're going to use some foam mount to just pop him up. Now, because these are already raised, we don't want to put any foam mount on this side, okay? We just want to make sure we put it on the bottom, so that keeps it stuck still, keeps it raised up, but then it keeps it flush to the umbrellas. If we put foam on the top, what would happen is that this would then be 2 levels high and you would get a sloping sentiment. It's sort of a bit wonky, and you don't want a wonky greeting, stamped or otherwise. So we're just going to put him on the bottom and then stick him down there like that. And so that is our card. Now all we've got to do is get our Tombow, add some glue to the back of our sentiment, of our card front. I might put a bit more in that corner and up there. Make sure which way the card folds. Oh, get the card the right way up. And then we're just going to stick this flat down. Now you guys are welcome to add any rhinestones or sequins or any other embellishment you think it might need, but because the paper I've used does have a bit of a shimmer through it, I felt that it probably has enough sparkle. You wouldn't think you could ever have too much, but just in case, I think this time this is just enough sparkle on here. But definitely add some rhinestones and things to it, without a doubt. Alrighty guys, that's it. That's this week's Card and Cuppa class done. We only have 2 more weeks to go. Can you believe it? The month is flying by. So make sure you check out my blog this coming week, because I will have sign up for the next month's Card and Cuppa. I won't give away what we'll be doing yet, but it is something new from the new annual catalogue, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, head on over to my blog at Chloe's Craft Closet, or it'll be on my Facebook page as well, which is the same name, Chloe's Craft Closet, and the sign up sheet should be sometime this week for July's Card and Cuppa, or Cuppa and Card. All right guys, have a fantastic week. I hope you get inky and enjoy your lovely weekend. Take care guys. Bye.